welcome Congresswoman Michelle Bachman. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. You know, it's your heart that I love. You have such a wonderful heart. Thank you for coming out today. Tea Party Patriots, we love you. And Harry Reid thinks you're the problem. I think those cowboy poetry festivals are the problem. What do you think? Well, I'm so glad to see your faces, and it's so wonderful to see that all of you are still fighting. There are people here in Washington, D.C. who thought after the November election that you were all going to go home and go back to sleep. Is that true? You're revved up, you're fighting, in fact, what I have seen across America is you're paying more attention now than ever. Because you have an investment in what is happening in Washington, D.C. You made the difference. You knocked on doors. You made phone calls. You donated to campaigns. You sent your voice to Washington, D.C., and you expect that your voice will be heard. And I agree with you. Well, it's no surprise to me, and I think no surprise to you, that the powers that be here in Washington, D.C., specifically in the White House, have been wrong about a few things. Wrong about everything. Is that it? Wrong? You can always count on a Tea Partier to get it right. Well, remember they had a promise? They promised that we would see unemployment not go below 8% if we just spent $1 trillion of your money. Were they right? They were wrong. You're right. Then they promised that the health care law would create jobs and would bring down the price of your health insurance premium by $2,500 per household. Were they right? No. We've seen increases 20%, 40%, in some cases even higher. Well, 2 for 2. They're not doing real well. Then we were promised that this would be the most transparent Congress. Oh, I think you have an opinion. Is that right? And then they forgot to tell us this little fact that there was $105 billion buried in the Obamacare legislation. Have they been transparent? Okay, that's 3 for 3. How about this promise? President Obama promised when he was running for the White House that he would make energy prices necessarily skyrocket. Has he kept that promise? Oh, yes, he has. He's getting his wish. This is exactly what the president was hoping. We've got gas at $4 a gallon. And we know that his energy secretary, while the president was running for office, was reported to have said, we've got to make the price of energy here in the United States the same as in the United Kingdom or in the European countries, which at that time was approximately $8 a gallon. Would you like that? No. Well, that's their plan. That's their plan. Oh, okay, let them move there. Would that be an idea? Maybe we need to send a change of address form to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Well, I think that you have made it abundantly clear. Stop spending money you don't have, right? But President Obama doesn't seem to get it. The big spenders, they don't seem to get it. We're headed for an annual deficit this year bigger than anything we've ever seen, and we've had a couple whoppers in the last 2 years. We had $1.4 trillion. We had $1.3 trillion. Does anyone know what it'll be this year? $1.65 trillion. And every year going forward until 2020, over $1 trillion. Is this the hope and change we were hoping for? Who's ready for true hope and change? Hey, I like you guys. I am with you. How many times can these big spenders and the president be wrong? Every time. That's right. Every time. But that's why we're here. That's why we're fighting. And that's why I know that you are not going to walk away from this fight. Because I know that you are here to hold all of us accountable. And you represent so many people. Every one of you here represents essentially a community back home of people who are thankful that you can be here today, because all of the other people are out working today to be able to pay their taxes. I think it's time to get serious, don't you? And cutting $61 billion, in my opinion, is a starting point. It is not the goal. Because taking a vote to repeal Obamacare is a good start. It can't just be our goal. We have to actually repeal it and actually defund it. And cutting off funding to groups like Planned Parenthood has to be one of those issues that we're just not going to back down from. Because we can't afford anything less than a fight on these important issues. And if the Democrats want to shut government down, and this week we found out from Harry Reid, Chuck Schumer, and Howard Dean that they're hoping, they've got their fingers crossed right now that the government will shut down. That's their plan. They want to shut the government down, and they want to turn you into their scapegoat and say it's the Tea Party's fault for shutting the government down. Now the cat is out of the bag. We know who has no interest in negotiating. It's Harry Reid. It's the big libs over in the Senate, and they want to once again, for 2 years, it's been the same song, second verse. It's always the Tea Party's fault, right? What I like about you is whenever I'm with you, I feel like it's a family reunion. I feel like we're going to the state fair. You guys don't even leave litter afterwards. You're just awesome. You're awesome people. No wonder they're so afraid of you. They're afraid of you because you're powerful. So I'm here to give you a message. Stay courageous, and I know you will. Don't back down, and I know you won't. We will stand for cutting the size of government. We won't change our principles. We're going to say no to another debt ceiling increase. We're not going there. We're going to bring government back to you, we the people. That's the government that our founding fathers gave us. Stand strong. Hold us accountable. We love you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Tea Party people.